Extra, hear all about it. Looking for a business lawyer to help you if you own or operate a small or medium-sized business? Well, then you're in the right place. Here at Graphene Business Law, we were founded with exactly you in mind. When I started my law shop, I didn't start it, hoping to take on whatever file comes through the door. I didn't start it in a whole other practice area like a family law or criminal law and then just stumbled upon the business law. Business law is the only type of law I ever wanted to practice. So I started my firm over half a decade ago now with business owners and entrepreneurs in mind, and deciding that whatever needs these people had, we would provide the legal services to correspond with those needs here at Graphene. And you're considering launching and growing or even concluding your business, if that's the right strategic move for you at this stage, at Graphene Business Law, you would be in the best of hands. Why? First and foremost, I know exactly what you're going through. In addition to being a lawyer and being completely obsessed with the world of business law, I live and breathe business ownership every day. I'm a business owner. I own multiple ventures outside of Graphene, which make me that much sharper when it comes to running Graphene by way of providing you with legal services, because I already know what your pain points are going to be. Although I'm happy for you to tell me and expand, believe me, I already know. And the other way I already know is because, well, the proof is in the pudding. After half a decade of helping other business owners, of course, you're able to benefit from all the lessons I learned with them too. So the personal interest to protect you is there first and foremost. Also speaking in terms of personal, I'm somebody, I, as Pam Matani, the lawyer behind Graphene Business Law, have experienced all parts of life that you can imagine. I have gone from scrapping it out and experiencing poverty growing up, especially living and being born in a third world country prior to coming to Canada, and then seeing huge success in my professional life. My personality opens a lot of doors for me, but it's my intelligence and sharpness and pragmatism that keeps me there. So let's talk about those things too. As a lawyer, of course, knowledge and technical ability and sharpness on the matter is going to be a key capability when you're working with a business owner. It would not help any of my business owners if I'm just like a good person to talk to, but then I can't walk the walk. We can walk the walk here at Graphene. What I believe my special sauce really is, and that is my creative thinking. I like almost in every meeting I have, a client ends up telling me, I never thought of it that way. And that's advice that money can't buy in some regards, because you're going to pay the same legal fee everywhere, but 9 out of 10 times you might be hearing the same cookie cutter advice, and despite paying that same fee. But here at Graphene, I treat your dollars that you're paying me as if they were my dollars that I'm paying. I treat protecting your business as if it were protecting my business, because I know the importance of that. I know the importance of setting up a legacy for your kids, for your spouse, for your family, for your friends, for your circles, for yourself. The importance of being able to wake up in the morning and say, yeah, I did that. I wake up like that every day, and I want you to wake up like that too. So my creative thinking is a big part of how I get there. Thinking out of the box, it's going to be incredible in protecting you. It's also going to be incredible when it comes to negotiations and arguments in, catching the other side off guard. Zoop. Let's bring a package to the other side that they're going to have a hard time saying no to. And in addition to my creative thinking, it's coupled with literally its opposite, on the twin spectrum, and that's my pragmatism. Because of my background of being self-made from absolutely nothing, or let's word it more positively, modest beginnings, my ability to be pragmatic as your lawyer is also what's going to set me apart from other representation. I don't hike up the bill. I don't need to do that, because when I do a good job for you for the first time, you're naturally going to want to come back a second time and bring other clients my way too. I don't need to do a hit and run on you and, like I said, jack up the bill so that we see each other this one time and never again. That's not how I run it. I run it based on quality, founded on those principles of creative thinking, but also being pragmatic. A lot of people lose for those two reasons. A lot of people lose out on the big picture because they're not creative enough and they always just the same thing. But practicing the same thing, if that same thing is wrong, is only going to get you to the wrong place even faster. It's not going to get you to the right place. And also pragmatism. A lot of times in the business world, we'll see people with crazy big dreams and goals and bring it back to earth. So if you're looking for a lawyer that's seen it all, done it all, been it all, if you're looking for a lawyer that's seen it all and done it all in her personal life, that is, you know, battle hardened in her personal life, while also having a law firm that is founded simply from passion of helping business owners, being as intelligent as I am, I can practice other areas of law. That's not the issue. But this was the passion piece for me. Because of my personality, I want to know that your piece of the pie is protected just as I protect my own. That's the big picture here at Graphene Business Law and why choose Graphene Business Law. When it comes to the areas of practice, like I said, you know, the shop was built with you in mind. So there'd be very few areas of practice you bring our way that we can't handle. I think that list is a lot shorter than the list of what we can do. Literally anything and everything that has to do with starting a successful business, growing a successful business, and even if you need to conclude that business, it happens. And sometimes it's the best choice you can make in that moment in time. We're here to help you with it all, from the obvious business law perspective, from the privacy and technology perspective, the employment perspective, the leasing perspective, the commercial leasing perspective, and so on, the, you know, non-for-profit angle, charities law, all of it. I'll also say as a closing comment, testament to the fact that I'm really in this, you know, for you and for helping you protect your interests, is that I've had so many opportunities to grow Graphene Business Law and I don't do it. It's still me that's going to pick up your call and take that meeting with you. It's still me that's going to be working on your agreements and reading them line by line. Old school approach with new school quickness. Thank you for watching. This was a little bit of a break from our regularly scheduled programming. Usually here at Graphene Business Law, we post content that is free educational, free informational content made to help bridge that gap between those clients that have a ton of resources so they can ask a lawyer, you know, question every time it crosses their mind, and those lawyers that have very modest resources so that, you know, they might need a resource like this to help set them on the right path and then spend their very little bit of money with a lawyer in the most impactful way for them. I'll also mention that I have recently launched a platform. easylaw.store is a platform I launched with legal agreements and legal templates that are going to meet basically all the standard needs of growing a business that you might have. So these are going to be legal agreements, contracts, templates that I have drafted myself that are going to come in at like 99% off of what you would pay a lawyer to draft these agreements. However, the caveat being, in those being like the standard, like those agreements are going to easily help 80-90% of people. But if you're in the 10 to 20% that needs that special sauce poured out, well, here we are, and here we've been all along. info@graphenebusinesslaw.ca. There's still a lot of things that a template can't handle. You know, certain custom needs you might have, certain areas of law together, like a charity law. We can't submit a template to the CRA, honey. That's got to be custom every time. So there's still a lot of need out there for, you know, professional, sound legal services, and that's what the first part of the video is all about, and that's what I'm here for when you do have those needs. But Easy Law is a platform I've launched again to help you even more meaningfully, because I truly, you know, everything I do in law is for the passion of helping and protecting the business owner. See you on the next one.